Hey there, guys. So let's continue with this anime where our protagonist is so good and so famous that his popularity practically turned toxic for him, yet he never cared about any of it and kept living his school life completely carefree. Bro is such a smooth talker that every girl in his circle is chasing him, and they're not bitches or anything, they all genuinely like him for who he is. But Saku prefers taking things slow with everyone. Around this time, his teacher gave him the task of bringing back a shut-in guy who hadn't attended school for months. So Saku slowly worked his way through that situation, understood what Yamazaki was going through, and eventually made him realize that if some bitch ditched him just because he's an otaku, then let her go. Instead, he should become the best version of himself and take revenge just by improving, proving that she was the one who lost something. In this way, Saku managed to bring him back to school and even include Yamazaki in his friend circle. Later on, 2 weeks passed, and Yamazaki was getting slim thanks to the diet plan. So Saku and Hiragi took him to buy new glasses and new clothes that would suit his updated look. And after this makeover was done, Saku told Yamazaki to arrange a get-together with his old pals, including that girl, so he could show how cool he had become and make her jealous. Although he was still a bit shy to speak clearly, things at school got tougher for him because one moment he was a cheap otaku, and suddenly he's hanging with the hot shots of the school. So obviously the jealous group began surrounding him, and the leader of that jealous crew happened to be Atomu, a guy who was once beaten by Saku in middle school baseball. And honestly, no one knows if he was pissed or happy that Saku made Yamazaki his friend now, because in the end, he told Yamazaki not to be a dead weight to Saku and just left. It was confusing, but it hit him right where it mattered. And that's why Saku gave him a heart-to-heart talk. But with how things were going, who knew if it was going to work or not? Hiragi sensed that Saku would overthink this and came to distract his mind. They both went to the basketball court, and knowing how much Saku once loved baseball, she was trying to find out why he had quit it. She challenged him on a bet that the loser has to answer any question the winner asks. And obviously, you know who won. So she asked about the earlier problem, and Saku admitted he was just worried about Yamazaki, whether he could move on or not. So Hiragi explained that his job was only to guide him, which he already did. Now Yamazaki had to grow on his own. Talking to this girl always helped him. It's like Saku could be completely honest around her. Anyway, the 3-week training period was coming to an end, and after that, Yamazaki would be on his own. With all that nervous energy building up, they went to the ground for PE class. Today was football practice, and Atomu challenged Saku to a match. Saku accepted and said the loser has to do something embarrassing. But the downside was that Yamazaki didn't have even the slightest confidence in himself, so he ended up making fun of himself and dragging Saku down with him. As a result, Saku lost, but he swallowed the loss like he didn't care. Later, when he told Hiragi about the real reason behind everything being Yamazaki, the guy overheard it and felt hurt, because earlier he had already admitted he wasn't good. Yet Saku still made him play. It now looked like bullying, so Saku apologized immediately, but what's done is done. Now came the fated day for Yamazaki to meet his old otaku friend circle, so he prepared himself to face them. His new appearance had an instant impact on that wench. Then he began talking exactly the way Saku taught him. He didn't let the mockery get under his skin and even turned things around. The girl, Miki, asked him a few questions, and eventually the topic came to friends. Yamazaki honestly said he had made some new friends, and that instantly brought her ego down. He said repeatedly that he has no intention of getting between Miki and Ren anymore. But those two didn't like how casual Yamazaki had become. They were toxic to the core. First, they never treated him like a real friend, and now they started claiming that Saku's group was just toying with him. This made Yamazaki realize how he used to treat Saku and the others when they approached him. Then, Ren opened up that he and Miki were already dating back when she had played with his heart just to make fun of Yamazaki. He even showed the messages. His heart fell apart. At that moment, Saku came out of hiding as he had only come to watch as things got out of hand. And that bitch Miki immediately tried to get attention from Saku. Yamazaki realized how wrong he had been about Saku till now. Anyway, Saku cheered him up, saying that it was actually good that Miki turned out to be trash, because if she wasn't meant for him, then there's no point feeling bad about something that was never his. His first love is still reserved. And that line pissed off Ren badly, so they got even more aggressive with their insults. Saku had enough and pinned Ren to the wall in anger. But before things escalated further, Yua showed up and cooled the situation down. She lightened the mood and told Yamazaki to say his final words to end things once and for all. It was truly a wild get-together filled with emotional ups and downs. Yamazaki was the luckiest in the middle of all this because he finally broke free from his old shackles and turned into a new bird, all ready to fly. And the one who helped him through all this was the honest and kind new friend he made, which was Saku. That night, Saku was heading home and saw Asuka by the river again, so he sat beside her and talked about everything that had happened recently. Asuka sees that Saku always acts like he doesn't care about others, but the truth is he cares deeply, just never about himself. That's the side of him she fell for. So she tried asking him out on a date in her own indirect way, but Saku turned it down for now, though Asuka didn't give up yet. Meanwhile, Saku's life is already a messy web because more than one girl is following him. And for today, he went to meet Yuzuki. Or, to be specific, it's an official date, so she came prepared, and she finally asked Saku to become her boyfriend. For real, this time she is serious about him. And with that, things are only getting more complicated for our smooth-talking king, because every girl around him is stepping up her game. But this marks the start of another dramatic turn in his chaotic school life. So let's end today's video here. Don't worry, the next part is already on its way, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, otherwise you might miss it. Till then, take care.